Greetings, Ishues, Coach Ish, whatever you want to call me. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, whatever time you tuning into this broadcast. Let's talk some boxing. So, word on the street is Errol Spence has changed trainers. This is huge news. This is huge news. I heard Calvin Ford, who is Gervonta Davis's trainer. This is huge news. Um, Calvin, Coach Calvin is a great trainer, and he's a old school trainer. He's a trainer that understands all of the different tools that you need to be successful. He's a trainer that doesn't train his fighter to fight one way. He's done an excellent job with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis, um, you know, I may have questions about how his career is moving, but as a fighter, he's turned Gervonta Davis from a hitter to a complete fighter. I've seen Gervonta Davis do almost everything in the ring. I'm saying he's good at a lot of different things. He's not the best defensively, but he can be, depending on who he's in front of. He's shown the ability to bang, brawl, box, you know what I mean, off the front foot, off the back foot, counter. So I think, if Errol Spence can accept his defeat and accept, which is pretty much show that he can accept his limitations by making a coaching change. I don't think Derrick James is going to be the coach for him to win against Terrence Crawford. Number one, as Derrick James has been boasting, he got an all-star lineup. So he don't even have the time to dedicate to just Errol Spence and turning Errol Spence into something different. Because he has to be something different. He can't go in there with the same game plan doing the same thing. Not against Terrence Crawford. He has to give himself a chance. He not only has to go up and wait, but he also has to totally, not totally, but somewhat rewrite his whole game plan. He got to rewrite his old script. You know what I'm saying? He gotta relearn how to box. Not relearn, but he has to learn different things than he's been doing his whole career. He has to do different. You know what I'm saying? He has to fight with a different game plan. Has to. He ain't got no choice. You know what I'm saying? He can't fight the way he fought the last fight. He got to do something totally different. So if he's able to commit himself to the change, you know what I'm saying, empty his cup a little bit so that he can add some more, then I think it makes it a more compelling fight. I think it's a good idea. No shade on Derrick James, but Derrick James did not supply Errol Spence with the necessary tools that he need to win against the Terrence Crawford. He should have known that it's not going to take, it's not going to be as simple as going in there with the same thing that we've been doing to every other fighter, and we're just going to do that to Terrence Crawford, and eventually he's going to break. He was saying a lot of things in the press conference. That whole thing about breaking Terrence Crawford's will and breaking Terrence, all that Errol Spence was saying, I'm pretty sure that came from Derrick James, because I've heard him say it, you know what I'm saying, in that build-up. And that was probably the mindset that he get. Like, we're just gonna break him. We're just gonna go in there and overwhelm him with what we already do, and and he's gonna buckle under the pressure. Basically, he's gonna give us the fight. Not we gonna go take it. He's gonna give us the fight. He's gonna break. He's gonna buckle. You know what I'm saying? And he should have known that was kind of a flawed. I mean, Errol Spence flipped over in the car, survived miraculously, and you know what I'm saying, and it made a comeback. That's cool. Terrence Crawford got shot in the back of his head and drove himself to the hospital. Someone who's done that, that's gonna be a hard person to break. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's gonna be a hard person to break. It's one thing to say he got shot in the head and somebody saw him and they took him to the hospital and he recovered. It's another thing to say he got shot in the head and had the presence of mind to drive himself to the hospital after being shot in the back of the head. That's insane. I mean, whether that person is a boxer or basketball player or whatever they are in life, that's a strong-willed person. It takes a strong will to drive yourself to the hospital after you got shot in the head. So, that alone will say, nah, that's going to be a hard dude to break. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to break him, we got to beat him. We got to beat him. And in order to beat him, we're going to have plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. And we're going to have to go over those in the gym constantly. Plan A, plan B, plan C, and plan D. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't do that. He only sent them in the ring with plan A, thinking that the person who got shot in the back of the head and drove himself to the hospital is going to break under some sort of pressure. You know what I'm saying? Someone who's already been undisputed at 140, you know what I mean, a champion at 135, and has knocked out everybody that they faced at 147 so far. So I think that a new start is good for this rematch. I think him going with a different trainer and learning some new things, you know what I'm saying, kind of how Rocky did in Rocky 3 with Apollo Creed. And if he's able to submit to it, which him dumping Derrick James shows that he's willing to. So I think it's a good look. I think it makes the fight more compelling, and it raises my want to see the rematch meter. At first I was like, I don't even want to see it because it's gonna be the same thing. Now I'm thinking it could be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? I still got Terrence Crawford winning, but I think it makes it a little bit more compelling. Him getting a different trainer. So we'll see how it shake out. I'm gonna stay on top of it. I'll bring you news as it unfolds. Like and subscribe, comment. Let's talk about it. Peace.